Good morning. We are at
Sun Outdoors
in Gig Harbor, and we are right next to the dog washing station. And this place is just really fun. It's a great place we've never actually been here, just a good layover spot in Gig
We'll
Harbor.
find out what it's good for.
Yeah, but it's really pretty.
It's in Gig Harbor, and it's way cheaper
Yeah.
than staying at a hotel or anything. So this is a really cool spot to be.
Yeah, so we're just waking up. We drove in last night, and I'll show you our camp spot. But I'm gonna flip the camera because it's really pretty here.
They actually have dog shade too. That's kind of cool.
You want to jump in and I'll bathe you?
No. Look at right here though.
It's not cute. They have the bathrooms and showers.
See this? That's why I thought that's why I thought the dog washing station was here, because look at that's all something.
They call this the comfort station. So it's kind of like
there's the pet area, which is really nice.
Yeah, the pet area is super cute. You can have your dogs here. I kind of feel like it's a glorified KOA.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna bring you along on our weekend in Gig Harbor.
Well, no, that's okay. This one's a heavy duty. I think they're both heavy duties. So both those forwards. Now look at the cab.
So I thought I would just sit and talk to you for a minute and let you know what we're doing in Gig Harbor. We are celebrating our friend's birthday. She wanted to come up for the weekend and just see the area. I actually don't know a ton about Gig Harbor. John and I actually used to live in Puyallup, Washington many years ago when we actually got married in that area, started our life there, and then moved away. So, and then, came back to the Pacific Northwest and now live in the state of Oregon. Gig Harbor for us is about a 2-hour drive. It does sit along the Puget Sound, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous area. So if you are in this area or you plan on visiting the Northwest, I would highly recommend coming to see Gig Harbor. It's just a cute little town that's on the, part of it's on the waterfront. And, I just feel like the Puget Sound is so special. So yeah, that's what we're doing here this weekend. And things in this area, well, I think everywhere right now, Airbnbs are just so expensive. And we have a trailer, so why not utilize it? This is what we bought it for, was to use it for stuff like this. And it's just a really nice little park that we're in. It's not very big. And I think for the whole weekend, we paid for 2 nights, we paid $135, and that's for hookup and electric. Sorry, I haven't had my full cup of coffee yet. We have electric, water, and then they do have a dumping station here. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is it looks like there's a $10 fee to dump. Maybe that's normal. Maybe you can tell me if that's normal. All the state parks we've been to, and even Belknap on the last video that I posted, all the dumping stations have been free. So the $10 fee is new, but maybe it's because it's a private park. I'm not sure. So anyway, I will leave the link for this place in the comments below if it's somewhere you want to check out. So enjoy. Here we are at Manchester State Park, which is located in Port Orchard, Washington. The park is located on the Puget Sound.
That is crazy.
What you see here are called mines, and they were detonated by a person and not from direct contact. Manchester State Park was originally called Middle Point Military Reservation. So when you see this building, this is actually the former torpedo building, which they now use as a picnic shelter. Incredibly beautiful building. The architecture of this building just blew us away. We all kind of talked about, why aren't buildings built like this today? This is something we truly enjoyed walking through. You could definitely feel the history as you're walking through it and can just imagine what life was like during that time. Manchester State Park is an 111-acre property. It is situated on the east side of the Kitsap Peninsula, and it is on the shoreline facing the Puget Sound. During the time that this was used as a military base, it actually never encountered any threats. However, it was controlled through World War I and World War II as a fuel supply depot and firefighting station until it was decommissioned in 1958. After that, the state of Washington claimed it in 1970, and that is when the land became Manchester State Park, named after the town of Manchester, Washington.
Did you see there were showers in the bathroom over? Yeah, there's a shower in the bathroom over by that park. I think, man, you could actually.
All right, guys, we just got back, or we are in the car actually at Fred Meyer's. They ran in to grab a few things, and okay, we were just at Manchester State Park. I hope you enjoyed that video. The weather could not have been more beautiful. Mount Rainier was out in all of his glory. I mean, that was so cool to see him that clear. We did a great little hike, had a picnic lunch. Audra, if you were watching this, thank you so much for cooking. It was fabulous. We just had like a full pasta meal. It was so good. She did such a great job, and I just appreciate you, Audra. But yeah, then we played Bananagrams. If you have never played Bananagrams, get yourself some Bananagrams. It is such a fun game. We just had a really enjoyable time. We're actually heading to another state park now, or we're heading to another state park in a few minutes, and I'll definitely share that location once we get there, because honestly, I'm the passenger and I don't know where we're going, but that's okay. It's good to be the, what do they call it? The passenger princess. So anyway, guys, glad you're here. I'll catch you at the other state park. You know what time it is? It's time for a bathroom review. So here we go. So you walk in, it's a coated door. You have 3 normal stalls, sinks, and 3 showers. Guys, your showers are disgusting. I used this one. Sorry for the noise. And it was just, I felt it was gross. Anyway, always wear your camp shoes in the shower. So important. But yeah, not the best camp shower I've ever had, but it'll do for tonight.
Oh, it's an incredible space that's been used for a long time, and I mean, so many boats have been built here. This is what we call the joiner shop. It's the only heat is that big wood stove there for the whole building. So they can at least heat this space for wintertime activities and small boats. The big space in here is obviously devoted to much larger projects where we can, you know, either bring a boat clear up into here for repair, restoration, or create a new boat in here and launch it on this inside carriage system here. So that's what this space is all about. There's many different projects going on. One is where we're teaching people how to fit all the wood portions to a fiberglass hull.
How fun.
And so these are done elsewhere and brought in. And
Oh, you guys don't have a mold to make the fiberglass
no,
holes?
we try to stay away from fiberglass here just because it's mostly about wooden boats here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to teach is boat building skills as they've done in the past. So we've got some great people on staff, training, being here, monitoring projects. Some are programs where people sign up, pay, and learn a skill like oar making and that kind of stuff.
Oh, man.
Or just volunteer, come in on a Saturday and work on projects. So it's just a great place for the community. Very few places like this anymore where you can come down and gather and chat and share skills and learn some skills. So lots of different types of boats. The other electric boats over there, they're getting that fixed up for the summer delivery program. And there's an old, there's a Chris Craft here getting restored. And so as you can see, it's just a nice big space for doing this. And
Yes,
definitely worth saving. So the whole picture covers from the street all the way down into deep water in the bay. So the facility, we've got a store upstairs at street level, and there's offices upstairs, and also a lofting space up above there.
How do you guys find your projects? So like restoring an old Chris Craft or some of these boats, how do you guys find some of these projects?
Well, people donate a lot of boats.
Oh my goodness,
here.
that's neat. Okay.
And they don't know what to do with them. They're in a family, somebody died.
Yeah.
So we're always getting requests for, hey, can you guys use this boat for whatever?
That is so neat.
Yeah, and so we try to restore them back to the original shape if possible. And in the case of those electric boats, of course, took the motors out and put in electric motors, just because it's a little easier to maintain and use.
And you can rent these in the summer?
Yeah. There's one down on the dock.
This is beautiful.
So by the hour you can rent it. And they're real quiet, real fun to be out there in the water.
Yeah.
So many people, it looks different. So it's really a great space. And we've got a great dust collection system that got installed. And
Yeah, I expected to see a lot of pulleys electric now.
we wish it used to be, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, they it's gotten a little bit more modern, probably for safety reasons. Nice. Yeah.
This is so neat.
We have a big auction here coming up in May, I think it's 10th or 12th, Friday, and it'll be, all the stuff will be moved out of here to various, tucked into different places, and tables brought in for a sit-down auction, not really a dinner, but hors d'oeuvres and drinks, things like that, and there's a silent auction portion and a live auction. Part of the fundraising activities for that night. So it's a big deal. We do that every year. It gives us a chance to clean up the space and get it all tidied up, but and bring some funds in, because you know things are expensive. So we have to depend on contributions and volunteer work, grants, and other forms of funding for to operate the programs here. So
Is there a website that people can donate?
absolutely, gigharborboatshop.org,
Okay.
and on that site you can learn all about the different programs, and it's a good spot to donate, and it's just an incredible cause that's a win-win for everybody. It really is a wonderful space, and there's just such a few places like this around.
Right.
So we're real happy to be actively pursuing this. So, and the city owns it. We've got a long-term lease with the city to operate here, and we keep track of volunteer hours and so forth, so that we can use that for grants and such.
That's great.
So we try to think of lots of different ways to engage people with we established as a Purple Martin recovery program in the harbor.
Where's the Birch Bay? I don't even see
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be. Is it north of Bellingham?
No.
I think it's north of Bellingham.
Might be.
I don't know. I bet it's north of Bellingham. I think so. Because like, think about the Central County right here. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we need to go.
All right, we are back at home. Jasper is very happy to have us back also. We actually didn't have a lot of traffic coming down 5, which is always a plus, because that can be dicey. Coming back in or out of the Portland area can be a hot mess to come in and out of with traffic. But yeah, we had a really great trip. We had decent weather, had a little bit of rain, but nothing super impactful. And a lot of wind though, as you probably saw earlier. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining. I'm sending you love and peace, and I will see you on the next video.